Well, hello there, my friends. Welcome back to another Let's Play in Hearts of Iron 4. And thank you to our user who actually showed us that Shinkang is under attack. So we're going to have to go and defend Shinkang. I'm already sending Grigori Kulik's army over there. But I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, this is looking pretty tough, to be honest with you. Now, somebody mentioned to get some ships into the Baltic Sea and defend it as best we can. We're going to try to do that, but we don't really have many ships, to be quite honest with you. Let's take a look over here. We've got some naval combat already going on in the Baltic Sea with this 24 English ships, so I'm hoping we could get some more guys there. And I'm just looking around. We used to have a lot of boats here. Most of them went to Japan. I wonder if they're still alive over there or if they're down at the bottom of the sea at this point. Yeah, they very well might have been destroyed in the war. But like I said, we're leaving the Chinese on their own. We're going to hope that once they're defeated, the war ends. Unlikely, but we're going to try anyway. And, guess we'll do our best here. Trying to produce some more ships. Obviously, we've got factories producing ships over here, but it's taking a little while, let's say. And in fact, we could probably do with a few more factories and a few more ships. We just added to convoy ships, which you don't really need. But anyway, guys, over here on this front, we're doing actually pretty well. We're actually managing to push down on Italy, and it would be amazing if we could take Rome. I mean, that would definitely be a step in the right direction, but I'm not sure if it's going to be that simple. So we're going to go ahead and let this army do their thing. I'm not actually even going to micromanage these guys. I'm just going to let them push forward on their own accord. We've also got an army here on the western front trying to hold it. And, of course, we've got an army over here trying to hold it. Now, the army on the western front, we have to move east. We just have to do it to be able to defend Shinkang, because that's actually an area where we have no troops whatsoever. We don't have any troops in the East Asian hemisphere, in fact. So let's go ahead and we're just going to keep trying to cut up the enemy here. Go for it. No, no way. So neither of those are going to succeed. Back here. No, the enemy is definitely learning to defend very, very well. The British must have some defensive maneuvers of some kind. A lot of infantry type 8s here, by the way. And I don't see the infantry type 8 available in my build menu. Let's take the light tank type 4 and add a little bit to it. Add a medium tank to it. I want to add a logistics company and a maintenance company. Save. Now these 7 divisions have just been built. Obviously we're trying to get some more out onto the field. It's going to take us a little while, but I'm going to build an entirely new army out of these divisions right here. As for the Hellenic front, I mean, we're pretty much finished on this front. It's not looking good at all, and we're going to have to do something about it. But we can't watch every single one of our fronts. I mean, that's the scary thing. So I might actually have to take Kulik and say screw Shinkang and get our ass to the Greek front. That's what I think I might have to do. I don't want to, but it seems to be kind of the only option at the moment. We're closer to this area. We can respond faster. Shinkang, unfortunately, is going to have to be attacked. Now, the scary thing is, of course, if the enemy starts pushing into our territory. Right now, they're just pushing into Shinkang, and it looks like it's Norwegian divisions, mostly, led by the British, of course. Don't you guys feel embarrassed to be led by the British in every single battle, guys? Come on. And this is the Chinese trying to fight back, and I hope not very successfully, because I want them to be defeated and hopefully save our country. I mean, if we're not able to get the Chinese to withdraw and for the enemy to accept our offer of peace, we're in a lot of trouble. Now this sucks. Look at this. As soon as we move away from our front over here, the enemy starts pushing down on it. So we might have to say screw the Italian front. No matter how good we're doing on it, we're going to have to grab Zhukov's army and bring him back to deal with the Finns. We have so many responsibilities. It's almost like we're fighting the world on our very own. In fact, that is what we're doing. Let's be honest here. Let's go ahead. We're going to... Oh! Sorry about that, guys. Send our guys in. Hopefully this will be sufficient to defend. We've even got Liberians cutting into Russia, and that is embarrassing. You have very nice vodka here. Let's take a closer look. I'm going to go ahead and grab... We've got this army of 7, and despite only having 7, I'm going to go ahead and create an army right here, Kuznetsov, and we're going to send him right through. So we can cut off this annoying Liberian army. We're just going to attack him head on. You cannot survive the cold. Come on. This is not possible. Look at that. Freaking Liberians. What the hell is going on? They're just cutting through. Look at this. They're trying to cut us off totally. The British are assisting here. Now, the rest of our army should be moving up here, but it's going to take them a little while to get here. Without a doubt. Nice. We'll go ahead and hit them here. Looks like we should be able to screw this part over pretty quickly. That is hilarious, though. Part of Liberia within Russia. Alright, nice. So our guys are getting to the front, and on the way, they're taking all these places, overrunning all these places. I love it. But that is annoying that the enemy managed to get through. No doubt about it. Over here, of course, we've left the Western Front to the Germans and the French. I can only hope that they can hold it, guys. There's not much else we could do for them. Or even for ourselves. Once again, we're just going to stay defensive. We're not going to form any form of offensive line. And apparently, Simon Biglioni... See if he can get all the way to Athénia. I doubt it, but you want to know something? We've got to put pressure on one of these fronts. So Simon Biglioni is going to move forward. Got a lot of French commune troops still working for him. Come on, break through. And it would be great if we could take back some of Turkey. A huge plus, of course. And over here, what's this? A lot of Konya's army is in Africa. Maybe we can take Konya. We're already moving up to deal with that front. Maybe we could take Konyev and move him over to the Greek front or even to the Italian front. I think I'm going to take him and move him to the Turkish front. And this way, we're going to put double the amount of men on this front. We're going to try and just stack them up here and move through Turkey on our offensives. I don't know if it's going to work, but we got to try everything we can to save the great Soviet Union right now. Sorry, let me go back and fix my ship problem. We've got to get rid of the supply ships. So obviously destroyers are useful. We'll get a few of these. Get a few heavy cruisers. But again, these ships are taking a while to build. The submarine class 2, taking a very long time to build. I'm assuming they cost rubber, because that's one resource we don't have and can't seem to trade for. I'm going to go ahead and try to get some rubber from the Iraqi People's State. So we can get some. The French Commune has maybe one rubber to sell us. It's better than nothing, right? We can build something. Forward! One thing is sure, the Hellenic People's Republic is having some trouble in fighting us in Turkey, but of course in actual Greece or just the Balkans in general, they're kicking our ass. Let's take a look over there. Speaking of that, I'm once again just going to try to cut through some areas here. Cut through Iasi. Cut south towards Constanta. We're just going to try to get to this part of... Are these the Carpathians? To this part of the mountains and see if we can't hold this area and maybe form a defensive line on those mountains. That's what I think would work. Through here, once again, just doing a lot of micromanaging on this front, and so far all of those look like potential victories, especially here on the Eastern Front. I don't think the enemy is very prepared for a fight here. Let's hope that I'm right and I'm not just barking like a mad dog, because quite frankly, we need to win here. Bessarabia cannot be taken. Bessarabia. Alright, nice. Look at those pushes, guys. Look at those pushes. We're going to do what the Liberians just did to us, and we're going to cut through. I don't think they would be stupid enough not to leave Brasov undefended, but we can at least try to cut through this way and get behind their lines and cut them off at the Ayasi front. So I'm going to take actually some of these guys, move them up this way. The rest of the guys will move to the west. Oh yes, how does it feel, you fools? This tank meet up with them as well. This is not going to help out the enemy if we manage to cut them off here. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty sexy. Now, of course, it looks ugly at first, but as you can see, we're definitely taking back this land, and I feel like if we could just confuse the shit out of the enemy as much as possible here, maybe we're doing the right thing. Let's take a look. Oh, we found our ships! So actually right now they're fighting in the Black Sea against the Greeks, but I will move them. Somebody wanted me to move them over to the Baltic Sea, so that's what I will do after they're done with this battle. At least we know where they are, and we know that they continue to fight the good fight. Of course, over here, the Americans just destroyed 10 of our convoys. No wonder we're not getting rubber. Alright, let's see how things are going on this front. Now remember, this front, we're basically controlling French Commune troops that have survived the collapse of the French Commune. So we're going to try our best to use their great strength in cutting through the enemy lines. What about that? Some of these guys we're going to cut through this way. Stalin will not surrender ever to the enemies. Do not worry, great people. Everybody's like, seriously, man? So actually somebody mentioned to me that scraping the barrel was not a great idea for our conscription method. We could switch that over, actually, to all adult serve. So I think I might do that. I'm going to go ahead and jump and hit all adult serve. We've got a closed economy right now. I'd like limited exports. No, not limited exports, limited imports. I guess... yeah, that's the best thing we can do right now. Factory output, I think that's good. Let's go with limited exports. I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at for this. And for scraping the barrel, we're going to go ahead and just put service by requirement. So they're required to serve. If you're an adult and you're not sick, you are required to devote some of your time to the Great Red Army. What's wrong with that? You get killed on a foreign front, you know, who cares? It happens. The best of us. Alright. Take a look over at Shinkang and hope we haven't been totally smashed. So they're definitely setting up a front here, without a doubt. Going into the Soviet Union. We might take Kulik's army or the second army we had over here in Africa. 4 divisions here, 2 divisions here. That's 6 divisions. Oh, you can count it, Grippa. Good job. Here we go. So actually a lot of these troops are Iraqi troops. And Iranian troops. So we're going to put Ivan Kunyev in control of them, and I hope they're good at defending fronts in the Far East, because that's where they're going. So they're going straight. You've won a trip. Congratulations, you've won a trip to the Far East. Aren't you just ecstatic? I know, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but that's alright. Don't worry, you'll be happy later. And we're going to go ahead and send our guys there, and Kunyev will begin his journey to the treacherous Far East, guys. Sorry, Kulik will begin his journey to the treacherous Far East. Let's hope that this goes well, and let's hope that we actually manage to grab a victory here from the enemy. Of course, this leaves the French Commune to fight for itself in North Africa, but we can't watch Africa and Europe at the same time. It's just not possible. Look at that. I'm liking it. Maybe they need a little more support here. Some infantry support. And we'll take the rest of these guys up here. Cut right through the enemy area. Look at that. Nice. So this Turkish front is possibly one place we could push the Greeks back. I mean, imagine if we could go all through Turkey, cross over to Greece, and take Athens that way. That would not only be hilarious for us, that would be the most annoying way for the Greeks personally to lose. The Greeks and the Turks don't get along, so taking it from that particular angle would be absolutely devastating to the Greeks, and who knows, maybe they'll give up earlier. I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Glory to the Soviets, and let's hope that this continues and that we don't get totally destroyed, because Stalin is not looking to go to The Hague and have to deal with some sort of silly tribunal. Take care, my friends, and thank you for watching. Oh, that's right, before I leave, We'll take a look at the casualty accounts here. I'm not going to go through them, but you can read them for yourself. I will go through the 813,000 for the British. That's awesome. Let's sweep through, and anybody could stop at any point and take a look at these. We're going to go ahead on our side. Obviously, we're losing a lot of men. 2.30 million, 1.88 million dead on the French. I mean, 5 million together with the French and Russians. The great communists are not afraid to die for their cause. That is true.